Hello, Home Slices is here with Home Slice Adulting coming to you with my review for the Equalizer Season 1, Episode 2, titled Glory. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's just jump right into this thing. I just started reviewing this show, and because I am a fan of the movie, because I am a fan of Queen Latifah, because I'm curious about how Queen Latifah is going to bring different elements to the story based on the movie and whatnot, and how different her life was from Denzel's life when he played the Equalizer in the movie. I'm just really curious about it. So I started watching it, and I'll be reviewing it from here on out. This particular episode, we see that Queen Latifah has put out the opposite of a bat signal. I don't know. Whatever the opposite of a bat signal would be, basically saying, if you need help, let me know. And she finally receives what, her tech guy and her friend consider a legitimate request for help. And that request comes from a lady who is the nanny to an FBI agent. And the nanny's son gets kidnapped. And unless she does something, which is still a piece of evidence from the FBI officer's safe. And the problem is she doesn't know the combination to the safe. She doesn't know how to get into the safe, and she doesn't know if she's going to get her son back. So of course she is in distress, and she can't go to the cops because her son's safety is at risk. So Queen Latifah steps in to figure out what's going on. Why do these people, want this information? What information do they want? Who are they? So from here on out, it's pretty well. You know what? Let's take a step back. So one of the things that I forgot to say in my previous review is that Queen Latifah looks very good. Like, her hair is done, her makeup is this like natural but on point. She dresses nicely. I like the stuff that she wears. It's not flashy or anything, but I like her wardrobe. But my favorite part is her freaking hair. I don't know who's doing the flexi rod, her flexi rod set or whatever, but her hair looks wonderful. The problem, though, is that she's getting the Ray J effect. And by Ray J effect, there has been things on social media and from clips of him being on like Love and Hip Hop, where he will have an object on, and because reality television is so staged, and because Ray J is so extra, he'll be in a scene conversing with someone, and every time the camera goes back to Ray J, whatever item he has on is in a different position. Say, for instance, it's my glasses. So 1 minute he's talking to another cast member, and then it goes dark, right? And then when he comes back, his glasses are up here. And then it goes to the other person, right? The camera pans to the other person, and now the glasses are back here. And then the glasses are off one moment, and then the glasses are here another moment. There was one time where he had like a cap, and the cap kept moving around, that type of thing. Queen Latifah is having the same effect with her hair, because there are moments where it's raining outside and her hair gets frizzy, which is very natural, once you're outside and the moisture gets to your hair, it's not going to look as fresh as it did when it was freshly done. But there will be points where her hair will be looking fresh when she's indoors. She comes outdoors and it's raining and it's frizzy. And then the next scene, her hair, is back to being freaking perfect, okay? Even when her hair is in the ponytail style with the little bouffant, it just looks so good on her. And she managed to find the right kind of auburn color for her hair that really matches her skin tone. So I always enjoyed her hair. Particularly probably in like the last 10 years, and the color of it and how it looks really good on her. So anyways, enough about that. Also, there's something about prime time television shows that come across as a little cheesy, and that's something that's going on with the show as well. But it is the second episode. Again, these are people who probably don't have a lot of history working together, and maybe things will come across as less cheesy and more natural as the show goes on. So I'm giving it a chance or whatever. So after this point, it's going to be all spoilers. If you all want to check it out or whatever, let me know what you think in the comments. But I'm going to start getting into the details of the episode. So if you want to see it and don't want it spoiled, you might want to click off now. But anyways, so in this particular episode, I had already mentioned about the FBI stuff. And so their first plan of attack is to break into the safe of the FBI agent using the tech person. The problem with the tech person is that he is supposed to be dead by all accounts. It's something that Queen Latifah arranged for him so that he wouldn't have to run, look over his shoulder all the time from people being after him. So the problem is that he can't really leave the house that much, but Queen Latifah needs him to leave the house because she needs him to help her break into the safe. So they have to make arrangements for them to break into the house, for him to use a piece of technology. They find what they're looking for. They take pictures of it, and they find that there's a young lady who is involved with the FBI. They don't know how at this point. They almost get caught, but they do not. The Queen Latifah's friend, the Asian lady, again, I still haven't registered names quite yet, but she does like a Google search of the young woman who is in the FBI file, and they find that she's kind of been this like socialite a little bit that's been hopping from one athlete or billionaire or whoever, had been with 6 different guys in like the past year and a half or whatever. I have no judgment, it's whatever. Similar to like Lori Harvey, I guess, except not really having her own type of fame a little bit. But again, I'm not passing any judgment. I don't care. But they see some people in the background that match the description of the guys who kidnapped the little boy and blah, 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 blah. So that they use that information. And one of the themes that we're going to see is we're going to see the tension between the tech guy and him always having to be in the tech room, because anytime that he leaves that space, he's going to be exposed to being found out and discovered that he's not dead. So that's some tension that we're going to probably see more of later on. We also see that Bishop, the person who trained Queen Latifah and who is now running their own private security firm, is basically playing messenger to Queen Latifah, saying, you can't be doing this little side project of helping all these people who, can't be helped by the cops. The CIA doesn't like it. We don't want our finest or most lethal asset out here just going rogue or whatever. And she's basically saying they don't want to F with me. And Bishop is basically saying you don't want to F with them either. Okay, so we also see again this tension between her and her daughter and her availability. Her daughter didn't even want to tell her about a big performance that she had coming up because she didn't want her mom to disappoint her. So that happened. That's some tension that's going on as well. Later on, we see that the CIA is serious about her stopping her little side projects, and she was saying to them, she ended up meeting with one of them that had compromised her car and was like, we made an agreement that you didn't come near our family. And the CIA was like, you made an agreement that you would lay low, and this is not laying low. You going around having people ask questions about you. The police detective from the previous episode is still trying to figure out who she is and is asking around about her and trying to figure out, what's going on with her. So she ends up finding the guys who actually kidnapped the little boy in question. She ends up having to kill them because they get ready to shoot her. She questions some people that they were about to torture, and which furthers her in the case. And this is when the FBI agent, who is investigating the whole situation, meets with the detective, and they talk a little bit, and he's, that's when the detective tells the FBI agent, I'm looking for this lady. Like, let me know if you find something. So, anyways, they go through the whole rigmarole. They find where the boy was originally held, but the boy is not there anymore. He was taken to somewhere else. But Queen Latifah pulled John Wick, or she pulled the Equalizer, and she took down, probably, was it four? I think it might have been 2 or 4 men with a clipboard as her weapon. So that happened, but yeah. So she ends up handing over all of the guys that were guarding some women who were being sex trafficked, until the FBI shows up. And of course, one of the girls who gets rescued, says there was a woman here, a black woman in her mid-40s or whatever here. So now, they're still on Queen Latifah's trail or whatever. So moving on, what else happened? The kidnappers pushed the timeline up to get the information. Come to find out, the FBI has a mole in it that is informing the sex trafficking ring. And also, the sex trafficking ring has a mole in it that's informing to the FBI. So, the girl who's inside the file is the FBI's informant. And the reason why the FBI agent was keeping the file at his house is because he knew the FBI had a mole. And the reason why the sex trafficking ring kidnapped the boy was to get the nanny to get the file so they could kill their mole. So they meet up for an exchange, and it's obvious that sex trafficking ring people are going to kill everybody. What? Oh, shit. What's her face? I'm sorry, y'all. My batteries. My batteries about to die in a little bit, so I'm gonna be quick. They meet up to exchange the information for the kid, but Queen Latifah brings the girlfriend, who is the FBI informant, as collateral, and they make it look like the mole is actually the second guy in charge of the sex trafficking ring. So once the leader of the sex trafficking ring opens the file to find that it's his right-hand man, they start to turn on each other. Queen Latifah has her girl blow something up nearby. There's a whole bunch of confusion, and they're able to get away. Queen Latifah returns the boy to his mom. The friend says, we got this over here. Queen Latifah is able to drive to Times Square to see her daughter perform, so that she's just not disappointing her daughter anymore. So she also called Bishop to the performance as well. Now this is where it gets confusing, but Queen Latifah has agreed to be a freelancer, but I couldn't figure out if she was freelancing for Bishop's private security firm or for the CIA. I'm leaning towards Bishop, but we'll find out more on the next episode. But basically, she was saying, I don't need the CIA, CEI. Where I get CEI from? I don't need the CIA being all up in my business, endangering my family. I don't have time for that. They don't want that. They don't want no smoke. So, basically, that's what she was saying. And, she was saying, if the CIA ever lies to me, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to come after them. And I only work for just causes. So that's what's going on. So she has agreed for it. And that's the thing about this show being different from the movie, is Denzel Washington purposely led a life of solitude. And really there was only really one person that I can think of that was like his actual friend who knew stuff about him from a long time ago or whatever. So Queen Latifah actually having a child and having friends that can help her and who are a part of her life in a meaningful way, and who she has helped, is pretty different from the movie. So so far I'm enjoying the show. Again, it is a little cheesier than I would like, but it is prime time, right? It's not HBO where things can get gritty or whatever. So That's where I'm at with that. I so far am enjoying the show. Let me know what you think. Put it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on social media, which will be down below in the description box. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out, home slices.